Hi there, it's Kevin with the Rogue Market here with July 2022's top 5 products that I think are good buys according right now to the market. So we have a lot of crazy things going on after Double Masters 2022 and the overall bear market that we're going under with the economy as a whole. But with Magic, what they continue to do is print like it's 2020 with stimulus checks and people stuck at home and having money just to spend on collectibles. And we are not under that market anymore, but Wizards continues to just pump out the products. And we're starting to see a lot of good deals to buy right now. And that's what this is going to focus on. This particular month is going to focus on those deals more so on the actual products. So of course, Double Masters was released this week. We've actually seen prices go down quite substantially from when they were at their peaks. We have the Double Masters collector's boxes that are set around $270. We have the draft boosters that are up to about $340, which is good. It's good margins. I mean, this is what it should do. I think they found the nice little medium for this set not going completely crazy where it's inaccessible to most people and stores can still make a profit out of this. So I'm not going to talk about Double Masters. Of course, if you have the opportunity to buy Double Masters, I think it's a great buy because it's just loaded. Even in the common and uncommon slots where they've downshifted things, the rare slots, there are some really, really good cards that I think will recover long term if Wizards can just hold off on reprinting Restoration Angel for the 15th millionth time and cards like that, where it just seems like every master set they continue to reprint the same set, the cards, same cards. So the thing is, with more Magic cards in the mix, I think that will give breathing room. Like, they can't reprint everything, and they keep coming out with Commander decks. They keep coming out new sets where people are going to need reprints for these type of stuff. So eventually, these cards that have been reprinted a lot, I think, are going to have some breathing room, and then a year, 2 years down the road, are able to start going up in value. Now, of course, a year or 2 years actually seems like a lifetime away when we're still used to how fast things can go up during the inflation / stimulus checks / collectibles boom. But I think we're back to the norm of when I started this business back, decades ago, where a good 5, 10, 15% increase in a year wasn't bad. I mean, it actually would outperform inflation. It outperform like the stock market. So if you actually were to sink money in particular cards or particular products that actually went up, it wasn't that bad of a return. But I think we just become so accustomed to these double ups, triple ups within 2, 3, 4 months, even in like the crypto market and stuff, that everyone kind of laughs at a 20% increase in a year or something like that. But I think we are back, like I said, in this bear market, back to these small gains that we're going to have to look for rather than going for these crazy quadruple ups in a year. So anyway, with that out of the way, here are my 5 products in Magic the Gathering that I think are good buys. You can go tomorrow over at my Gone Rogue Games channel and check out the companionship video to this, where I talk about 5 products, non-Magic the Gathering products, that I think are either interesting buys or something that's caught my eye for like board games or other collectible card games or accessories. All right, so the first one that I want to talk about is going to be the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty bundle. Now, I'm picking this one in particular because the prices of set boosters have gone up quite substantially. I think that the set boosters are now up to like $110 plus $10 shipping is the cheapest one, and distributors are actually selling these. That's about the distributor price. And I've been offered a couple set boosters from various distributors, but that's their kind of new norm. There is one distributor that's already put all of their set boosters up to the new set booster price, which is $105. And I actually do like going back, just as a side note, going back and looking at any standard base sets or sets that have recently rotated out of standard, and you can adjust the price of them. So if you can buy them for the current price, and then just expect that, I think that price memory or kind of the opposite of price memory, when we have the new Dominaria coming out with the new prices for set boosters and draft boosters, I think that everyone's just going to be accustomed to paying that price. So they're going to go back and look at older sets and be like, oh, I'll pay $105 for a set booster because that's what Dominaria set boosters for. But again, that's a video for another day. This one is focusing on the bundles, and I like bundles because they have set boosters in them. So you can actually get set boosters at a discounted price comparatively going the box set. You still get a Invoke Despair. Usually I typically like bundles that have a relevant card, and I believe Invoke Despair, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that this is the one that is in the bundle. And as you can see, it does see play in Pioneer and as well as Modern. So a card that sees play in Pioneer and Modern, eventually the supply will be outstretched by the demand. Again, we're talking long term here. If there isn't any major shakeups in the formats, this does seem to be a very powerful card, and I think it's going to be a card that people are going to like casually for a long time because it is such a blowout, just in a particular card. And I think even the Standard season, if we see Standard actually come back like next season, that if they do the Pro Tour Standard, then a card like this could easily go up, even if it is a bundle promo. So that even gives a little more value to the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty bundle. So that's my first pick for the month, or my last pick for the month, number 5, is the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty bundle. Alrighty, so on to the next one, which is going to be the Streets of New Capenna Collector Booster. As you can see, the price is absolutely tanked from this set, and this poor set. This is not a bad set whatsoever. New Capenna's got some great stuff in it. If you actually look at all the extended, you're going to get an extended in every one of the collector's boxes. The gilded foils actually show up quite a bit too. A lot of those, the average ones, are going to be above $15. You get your money back right there on a lot of the borderless that you can grab, and there are some chase borderless ones you can find in here. And going past that, you have this rare cycle that's not bad whatsoever for the lands. And so I think having $5, $6, $7 lands, and if we looked at the Ikoria, they were able to recover quite quickly. And I'm actually comparing this set very, very similar to Ikoria because it's just one of those sets that's forgotten about. Streets of New Capenna is just sandwiched in between just a bunch of things that were released, like Double Masters, like Baldur's Gate, and then we have Kamigawa. So this is just not being opened, and you can actually see with collectors, they didn't print more of these collectors boosters. I think it's probably on par with Kamigawa is how many they printed, and actually it's less than Kamigawa collectors boosters because Kamigawa collectors boosters got a reprint, and I doubt that New Capenna collectors boosters will ever get a reprint. And so you can see this price has collapsed, but this is by far not a bad set. This is actually a very, very good set, and it will recover. I think the original distributor price was around $175 to $180. That's how much they were costing, and now distributors have been blowing them out. And this is what I'm particularly going to focus on if you are a patron of mine. We can get these right now for $113 is the cost from distributors for Streets of New Capenna. I'm not sure how long that sale is going to last, but at least it's good for this week from July 10th on to the 15th. And so, yep, get your orders in quick if you are a patron for the new Streets of New Capenna Collector's Booster. Again, I think that is just a steal of a deal right there for that price. Because it is going to eventually recover. They've had some of these sales for some of the other sets, like Forgotten Realms, which I think was a great buy, Crimson Vow. It is just, I don't know how the distributor pricing works, if they have a deal with WotC just to blow things out. I know we've seen some blowouts on Amazon as well for this particular one, if you can get in on a very low price. Again, price is where we're looking at here, not really. And yes, contents. I do like this set. It's kind of like a Theros Beyond Death or Ikoria, which I think 2-3 years down the road is going to be something. If Wizards can just have a little bit of a restraint and not try to make every standard set better than the last one, I think that this one will actually shine, especially since it's been the low supply of it's been sandwiched in between, Kamigawa and Double Masters, which is just going to have so much supply out there. So Streets of Capenna Collector's Boosters, I think, are a great buy. On to the next one, on to my number 3 is going to be the Modern Horizons Draft Boosters. Again, this is a special that's going on. So the special, I believe you can get around $162 for Modern Horizons 2 Draft Booster boxes. Yes, the supply of these is massive. There have already been many, many waves of we can actually look here at TC Player. Can probably show you the waves. Yep, that they were, look, so went out of stock, up, went out of stock, up, went out of stock, up. So this is just Wizards releasing those waves. Don't know how many printings have had of this, but this set is just bonkers. There's so much value in Modern Horizons, and everything has just been, the reason why some of these are so low on prices, like a $15 Marsh Flats, is just because of how much supply of Modern Horizons 2 is out there. There's so much of this open, so much of it printed, and because it was kind of the back end of stimulus checks and still the economy really good, and people to sink so much money into Modern Horizons 2. And speaking of Modern Horizons 2, that is my number 2 pick, is Modern Horizons 2 set boosters, which I can get for around, I think, $190 at the moment. for a set booster, which again, we can follow kind of these. They've had multiple little waves that have come out here. And just a couple weeks ago, it was up to 265 for the Modern Horizons, but there has been another wave released. Again, I don't know if it's another reprinting or if Wizards of the Coast just released more to the distributors, but distributors, again, do have these, and you can actually get in on these prices for not too bad in like the 190s. So check out, I have it all up on my Patreon of how much you can get these for, or on the Discord we talk about the price of this. And so I think these are two great buys for Modern Horizons 2, mainly for the fact that just look at the value of these cards with the fetch lands in here with things like the Coffers, Furies, and Solitude. See so much modern play. They see so much commander play. Ragavan, basically every red commander deck plays it. Basically every red modern deck plays it. And you even go down the list and some of these cards that get really low. And there are some good cards that see play. Like Dress Down actually sees a lot of play in both commander, and it sees play in modern. It's just the really, really, really high impact cards. Even an uncommon slot. This set is just packed full of cards like a Dollar Vindicate. Crazy what is in this set that eventually these cards will recover. If, again, Wizards of the Coast can make some restraint and not print fetch lands again, not print a bunch of these other cards again, then I think this will be a great long-term product. Alrighty, that brings me on to my favorite buy, and this is going to be Commander Legends pre-release packs. Now, these are being blown out again. I think you can buy them for, it is around, I think, $12 or $13 is what the price of these are. And TCG Player, they're going for like $15 plus $6 shipping. And I just think this is going to be a collectible product long-term. It's a unique pre-release pack. It's good to play. I think that this is going to be a fun format that people actually will play for years to come, and these pre-release kits will be in demand just for that. Yes, they do just have booster packs in them, just the regular draft booster packs, so they're not as good as set boosters, but price is key here. When we get these down to like I think actually it's cheaper than that, what I can get them for. It's like 11, yeah, around there. So it's a pretty good price per pack range. Get a dice, you get a promo. It's your best bang for a buck for Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. I do not think this is going to be a set that is going to continue to have people turning their nose up to it. It really reminds me of Conspiracy. Everyone hated Conspiracy 1. They thought it was such a dumb set for what it was. I get that this is a more expensive set. That's the main reason why people didn't like it, is like, hey, why wasn't this standard price? Why was there less packs in it for the price that they were actually selling it for? But that's going to lead to less supply overall out there. I mean, there's just less packs in existence when the boxes were smaller. And I do think that it does have plenty of cards that are basically evergreen now in the Commander format. But there are just many, many cards. You got a $60 card in this set. It's going to be chased after for a while. And you got a lot of the land cycle, again, is what you look for in a set that has a really good land cycle. You come down like the uncommons and commons. There's plenty of good cards that go in here. And many of these cards, I think, are just sleepers that are going to age very, very well down the road. And they see a lot of Commander play. And, yeah, it's just really, really high-impact cards in this like $2, $3 slot and a lot of them are brand new cards. You got to keep that in mind too. This is the first printing of these cards. It's not like they've been printed for the 5th time in a Masters set. So they have the best chance of actually going back up in value. So those are my top 5 products that I think are good buys right now. For July, we'll update this again in August. I'll try to be better updating this for every month. Again, you can come over to my Gone Rogue Games channel to see the companionship video for this, for the top 5 products. I got some interesting ones there. And I highly, highly encourage you to go over to patreon.com/roguedeckbuilder and sign up for our Patreon if you are looking for cheap Magic the Gathering prices. I think we're going to continue to see good deal after good deal. And people got a sweet deal on Double Masters, by the way. I think that we sold the draft boosters for $205 and the collector's boosters went for $185. And so I'm out of all of that. My patrons ate it all up. It's something that I like, though, because it's a good steady income for me from the subscription service, and then I'm able to save people money on the sealed products. So it's a kind of like you scratch my back, I scratch your back, and it works out very well. I want people to get cheap Magic the Gathering prices, and it's been a pretty good service. Go ahead and check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe if you do enjoy this content, and we're going to be back to actually looking at prices. I'm going to take a deep dive into Double Masters 2022 as well as some of the commanders that have come out right now and start giving some insight on cards that I think have the ability to go up. Remember, we are in a bear market. That's going to be very, very tough for anything to go up. I think that we are in the dog days of summer too, which traditionally is bad for Magic the Gathering. So I think we're in for some really rough times right now. But again, that's where you can make a lot of good money and a lot of good decisions by finding deals. Oftentimes I like these markets better than just the crazy markets because you can find those really, really cheap deals that then can make you more money in the long run. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Kevin with the Rogue Market. Thanks for watching.